What's up, YouTube? How you doing? Welcome back. I skipped last week, but I'm back this week, and I am feeling much better than I was last week, I would say. I think, why did I not film last weekend? I don't know. But before we start, it's 21 seconds in, and I would love if you guys could take a second and please comment below and tell me genuinely how you're doing. I'm just trying to really interact with my the people who watch my videos, and thank you for those who do watch me still. I really appreciate you. I have been a little discouraged, to be honest, to even do this, just because for the longest time my subscriber count has just been, so stagnant, and it hasn't moved up or down. So I'm just really trying to, keep motivated and keep doing this, because I really just wanted to stop. But I feel like my life has so many things to offer, just things coming up, and I'm having a baby soon, so I did want to do a whole nother video about updates on that and how I've been. And look who's making a cameo. I'm outside in my front yard, and luckily, hopefully nobody's listening to me while I film this, but I wanted to title this video 10 Things I've Been Loving, just because I've been noticing just around me negativity, and an example being, I'm part of this mom group on from this one person I found off of Instagram, actually, and just, we're all pregnant, we're all most of us are due at around the same time, but I feel like a lot of us, a lot of the conversations we're having are negative, and it just breaks my heart to be involved in that discourse. So I just was thinking, every time I'm on the group chat, I try to do I try to, offer up a positive, conversation starter, just because, I don't know, I don't like negativity. So, so that prompted me to come up with the idea of 10 things that I've been loving, and it's, nice to do since we just ended May. May is one of my favorite months. However, I notice this every... She's got a ball now. What the hell? Here, come here, Bubba's. She just came running past me with the ball. She finally got it, the ball that I threw out. But anyways, I've noticed that I go through a high in May because of my birthday, and then I end up being low. And this year I was pretty low, I would say, and the reason being is because it was the anniversary of my mom's passing, May 28th, so I usually get really sad around that time, and this year it just felt harder because, with my mom not being here, and me becoming a mother, it's just hard for me not to have her here, just to lean on her or talk to her. So I don't know, I just got really sad towards the end of the month, and kind of just wanted to be alone in my feelings, and I wanted to feel my feelings. So yeah, so I'm glad May happened. May was beautiful. A lot of things happened. I moved into my new place. I'm enjoying literally being grounded. I'm sitting in the grass on my picnic blanket. But yeah, May was beautiful, and I'm so grateful and thankful for that. But yeah, I wrote these down, so let me get to talking, because I don't want this video to be super long. However, I love this background. Literally, you could see, this is what I'm going to talk about at one point in my video. So without further ado, number one is waking up to the sounds of birds chirping. I'm gonna pause real quick. Do you hear that? Of course they stop. Of course they stop when I stop talking. But you hear the birds chirping. Let's see. Let's see. Woo! This is my window right here. Oh, that's cool. A little airplane. But this is my window, and I literally hear all the birds chirping in the mornings. And there's one bird that literally comes and sits on this telephone wire, like right there, every morning, and it chirps. Like I see it every single morning. So that's really beautiful. I love just like being woken up to that. And they wake me up around, or my internal clock wakes me up around, like, I swear to God, like 7:58 every day. So that's pretty cool. So that's number one. There's something about birds chirping that like really is beautiful. But anywho, number two is Washington spring weather. Today is a beautiful day. I think it's like 60 degrees, 63 degrees or something. But yesterday it was like pouring down rain. So it's like bipolar. However, when we do have nice weather, it's beautiful. Like there's not, literally, you can see not really a cloud in the sky. I see one over there, but it's going to be nice all week. Come here, boo-boo. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Huh? Okay. Do you want to copy it on a Word doc and maybe do that? No.
It's literally take out the personal part.
Personal?
Transportation and equipment. Strictly make it business. This is what I need for the business, and this is how much it costs.
Okay. Cool. That was my boyfriend, my baby daddy. I laugh every time I say that. But yeah, so Washington spring weather. Number three was picking roses and having fresh flowers in the house. So this is one of 3 rose bushes right here, and they have these beautiful pink roses, and there's so many. You could literally see how many are budding. So I picked like 8 yesterday, and I have them on our front. If you walk into our house, they're on like our little front entrance table thing. So I want to pick some more once they start blooming more, because I want them to grow a little bit more. And then I'm going to put some in the bathroom, and then I'm going to put some in my room. And then there's red ones, like this is the red roses bush. And then I found a yellow rose bush over there. And then we have all of these like blackberry bushes. So this is beautiful because it reminds me of my house in California that I grew up in. We had blackberry bushes, and my family used to make all types of things with blackberries. So it's like a little bit of actually we had rose bushes too in our backyard too. So this is like reminiscent of our California house on Country Club Drive in Rohnert Park. If any of you are from Rohnert Park and you know where we used to live. Anywho, yeah, so my family used to make like blackberry candy, blackberry steak sauce, blackberry cobbler, blackberry, what else? We used to just eat the blackberries, but I'm just going to be picking blackberries all summer, freezing them, making blackberry smoothies or adding them to the smoothies. Yeah. The possibilities are endless. I should literally start like selling shit, but I'm not going to do that. But something else I've done with the roses is once they start to die, I let them dry out, and then I've been storing them in something because I want to start making like I don't know, things with roses. I put some in the tub one day. I want to make like a face scrub, a body scrub with it. I want to do a lot of stuff. So there's so much to do here, and we also need. So we found that's actually, I'm gonna pause because I'm getting ahead of myself. Number 4. my sister has been having me watch her puppy, who's 6 months old, and he's a Labradoodle. So he comes over, and one of my things I've been loving is watching him and Caroline run through the yard. Like, it's so cute and so precious. And another thing is I love when Caroline like just roams around the yard by herself. And she just has so much freedom now, and she doesn't have to wait for mommy to take her on a walk, to go potty. That's been really nice, and she's just been so happy. Like, look at this little dog. You see her? This is her land. Caroline, Bubba's. Hi, baby. Hi, boo boo. Hi, baby girl. She's so happy. Hi, Stink. Look at this boo boo head. Stinky Winkies. Hi, mama. Okay, now she sees somebody, so she's probably gonna start barking. Anywho, number 5 is having cute movie nights with Denzel and making gourmet meals. I don't know, I feel like if you watched my last video, if you watched when we were living in our last apartment on First Hill, that's when we really started making like really good ass food, gourmet meals and stuff. All right. And stay Bubba's. That was Denzel again. Anywho, that's when we really started making gourmet meals and everything, and we just carried it on here, and it's just so much nicer now that we have a house, that we can we have so much more space, and I don't know, the meals hit differently. So that's another thing. And then bubble baths are lit because this tub is like super deep, and one thing about me is I love a good subway tile in our bathroom. That the shower has like subway tile and it's all white. So one thing that I did this morning as like a reset is I went to Trader Joe's, I got fresh eucalyptus, and I hung 2 like swatches in the bathroom, so it's like, gives us that aromatherapy. And then for my birthday and for our housewarming, I asked my friends to bring either bubble bath stuff or candles, so I have a shit ton of both of those. So having like a nice candlelit bath and with bubble baths and everything, and the aromatherapy has been beautiful. I just have been loving being here. I'm so thankful and grateful to live here. It's so nice. And then number 7, my sister actually got us onto this. When we moved here, this is what I was coming back to. When we moved here, we like needed some stuff, and one of the things we needed was like a lawnmower, and we found one for free on OfferUp or the Nextdoor app. So if you go on OfferUp or Nextdoor, you can like look in the free section, and there's people are always giving away stuff. So we found a lawnmower for free, but it doesn't work. I think we need to replace the battery. But honestly, one of our neighbors ends up mowing our lawn, but to be honest, he does a shitty ass job. I mean, like, look at all these yellow things. I love the yellow little flowers, but they're not supposed to be here. And we need a weed whacker, so that's my next order of business I'm trying to find for free before we have to purchase one, because we have so many weeds everywhere, and I just want to clean it up, before the summer starts. So it looks nice back here. Number 8, I've been loving preparing for our baby. It's like so surreal. Like, we only have 3-4 months left. I'm due in September, if you didn't know. And one day, Denzel and I had eaten a huge meal, and we were just like up all night, and that's another thing I've been loving, like staying up late. But one night, we had watched a movie, we had hung out, we did whatever, and then we had a sink full of kitchen, or a sink full of dishes at like midnight, and for some reason I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do dishes at midnight. So I went and turned on, we have an Alexa in the kitchen, so I went and turned on some music quietly and started cleaning the kitchen. And I just realized that, you know, that's going to be, you know, the reality once I have a baby. You know, things are going to have to wait until later, because I'm going to have to be, you know, I'm going to have to be a mommy, and we're going to be busy. So either he's going to have to do the dishes or I'm going to have to do the dishes. But that's like, I don't know, I'm just getting used to like doing things late at night or not getting to things right away, just to train myself, so I'm not like overwhelmed when I have a child. So I'm excited for that. I got to hang out with one of my friends, so I met a new friend, and she has a baby, so it was nice to like, you know, hear things that I'll have to, you know, look out for when I'm a mom, and things to expect and all of that stuff. So that was pretty cool. So also that leads into number 9. My sister is throwing us a baby shower, and I finally got the registry done, and just that was such a hard task, but just knowing that that's, you know, that's going to be around the corner has been nice, and knowing that I'm starting to like prepare, and you know, we're not going to have a nursery right away, because to be realistic, baby Axel is probably going to stay in our room, you know, until he's bigger. So part of our room is going to be part of Axel's room. So I have like a nursing chair already in there, and then half the closet is going to be, oh lordy, half the closet's going to be, Caroline sees people walking by, but half the closet's going to be Axel's. So I've just been stocking it up and everything, and that's very interesting. People walk by here all the time. So anywho, I don't know what I was saying, but basically it's been nice preparing for baby Axel. And then number 10 is, I have been loving, you know, documenting my life and looking back on, you know, where I've been, where I'm going, all of that. And I really want to continue. I know that, you know, once I have a baby, I'm going to be really busy, and I don't really want to like have my baby all over YouTube. But I'll like give updates, because I'm not trying to make this a family channel, but I would love to document that, because I've documented a lot of things up until now. So I just want to be here, and I want to continue this. I just would love if people interacted with me, just so I know that like I'm doing this for, you know, a reason, and not just, it's not going on deaf ears. So if you, I don't know, spread the word, get me out there. But yeah, I'm just gonna I've been loving life lately, and I don't know, hopefully that comes across in my videos. And yeah, like this morning I made sure to go grocery shopping, I did a little cleaning, now I'm filming this, and I'm not gonna edit it because there's not really anything to edit, but I would love to get a camera one day, so I don't have to do everything in one take. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and this is going to be a 20-minute video. If you can, If you've made it this far, please leave a sun emoji in the comments. And also, if you remember at the beginning, I said if you could leave a comment about like how you're genuinely doing, I would love that and I would appreciate it. I hope you guys have a beautiful Sunday. I hope you guys get outside. I'm gonna continue. Oh shoot, I forgot one of the things. I probably didn't do 10 things, I probably did 9. One of the things I forgot was this book series that one of my friends, Brittany, put me on to. What is called, or it's by Brittany Ryan. I'm about to read the second one in the series called This Could Be Us. And I just finished the last one, or the first one last night, and it was chef's kisses. So look up Kennedy Ryan, read her books, and I'm gonna go get that book and I'm gonna read it outside and enjoy the sun and let the sun kiss my face. So deuces. I hope you guys have a good Sunday, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.